Step right up, the lights are bright. Welcome to Analysis Night. Stats are ready, tape will fly. Let's hear from that silent owl guy. Throws that flew and catches two. Plays that nobody thought they'd do. Draft night dreams and clutch time throws. We're seeing how the season grows. Did you see that play last night? I caught it clean, it felt so right. But how did he make that call? Easy, I just didn't drop the ball. It's the Howdy Do It Show, where the dodgeballs fly and the theories grow. From perfect throws to a money ball catch, we're solving the plays of the latest match show. The Howdy Do It Show, every stat and every throw. If you wonder who was the MVP, we've got it right here for you to see. One throw high, one dodge low, one crazy catch that stole the show. Sometimes skill, sometimes luck, sometimes someone just gets stuck. Now Silent Owl, what did you think of that catch percentage? Well, let's just say if catching was fishing, some folks would still be wishing. 30%, that's mighty bold. I've seen scarecrows with better hold. And if dodging counts as strategy too, some players dodge the ball in the queue. Now, be nice. I am being nice. I didn't mention their offense. It's the Howdy Do It Show, where the stats and highlights flow. Every throw and every stall gets analyzed right here for all. Yes, the Howdy Do It Show, where the dodgeball mysteries grow. If a play makes everyone say, whoa, we'll break it down before you go. So tell me again, howdy do it? Timing, skill, and someone else missing the catch.
Hello, everybody. Can people hear me? Let's start with that. Let's start with the basics. Can people hear me? We're back. It's exciting. I need y'all. Perfect. All right. Things are working. I can't wait to see how they break next. All right. So we are starting off this stream with naturally another unboxing video, because I know that's why y'all turn in. It's not for the stats. It's definitely not for Ryan. It is for unboxing time. So today I have a new game called Tatsumi. It is a dragon like tile laying game.
Hi Al, sorry I'm late. I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. I almost missed the start of the show. How are we doing?
I was just about to open this spiffy new. I got the deluxe edition, especially for the stream.
Oh,
It's like it's by the same people who do Space Patchwork. It looks really cool. It's dragons, which if there's anything I know about Star Realms people, it's that they love games about fantasy.
yeah, 100%. Definitely on brand there, and I can't believe that you've never brought this to us before. But we should probably talk about Dodgeball, right?
I mean, did anything really interesting happen for Dodgeball? I mean, more interesting than Dragon Meeples?
Well, I don't know. There might have been a few things that went down.
Fine. Let's do this. Let's do this instead.
Let's do what I want to do and not what you want to do. That's not what we're doing at all. But welcome. Hopefully everyone is the audio's good. You can hear me. You can hear Al. I can't say that everything's working because who knows what will go wrong in the next half hour or longer. But welcome to episode 2 of the Howdy Do It show, season 13. Took a little break there, Al, for a week or so. I think the season the round wasn't quite ready at the end of last week, and I was absolutely as sick as a dog. The rest of my family had been ill earlier, and I was the last one to fall. So I was at this time last week. under a blanket, dribbling, and just generally being very unwell.
Yeah.
But I'm mostly back. We'll get to. We had a little bit of fun last round, but not directly because basically I was about as effectual as a wet flannel. But I'm sure we'll get to that. We've done the unboxing, which obviously I didn't click through, but it's tea time. Al, have you got any tea?
I may have a little bit of tea.
I've got.
I
some
may have
tea.
some. Okay. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I can start first because it's actually about you. Apparently, you were masquerading as the gingerbread man in round 2, if you remember that. Double Dubs attempting to Lord Farquaad you, and you saying that you were the gingerbread man and he couldn't catch you.
The man got literally with events a turn 1 factory world into play.
And you know what? I remember him saying in the chat that had happened, and everyone in our chat was like, "Al's cooked. He's going down. We're gonna win. This is easy, amazing." Like we were all high fiving.
I saw that and I was like, "Oh, this sucks." I was like, I'm not. My first thought was, I'm not telling my chat. I'm not telling my team.
Never show weakness.
I was like, tell them in like 15 minutes that I was caught and there was nothing I could do.
It was
like, they don't need to know the details of this bullshit.
It was totally unavoidable. I was just outplayed. He played a perfect game.
Perfect game. Double Dubs is an amazing player. I've seen him play Hero Realms, and he's even better at Star Realms. So, no, that was, and the fact that I was able to pull that out, like, I still don't even understand how I did it.
What was funny was it's so reflective of some games I've had where I've gone to chat and been like, oh, like this is going to be a good game, team. Like my turn 1 was so good, it was like this, and then you end up going back with like your cap in your hand. You're like, so about that certain hit we were talking about, I got caught. I don't know what happened. It was so funny. So that was one piece that I received. And what was another one? Because that was not the only one that had me giggling. People were baking cookies on the bench. That was funny. And then apparently someone on our team, and I can't confirm who it was, changed their avatar to your avatar on the basis it would be funny when they played you, but then they never played you.
Well, I like to know that at least my avatar is being used by someone other than me, because as soon as my avatar became available in the app, I switched it to me, and I have not seen a single person using it.
Oh, see, I always keep Brainworld. I never change Brainworld because I just like it. But yeah, I can see you would be a popular choice. I'm sure someone else is using it. You just watch now. Maybe round 4 is just going to be every single player on the opposing team with your face.
Oh, like I know they think they might be trolling me, but I would absolutely love that. That would be my favorite thing.
Yeah, totally. And then the only other thing I've really gotten, it's not so much tea as it's just like, I love it when this happens in the community. There's been a lot of, and I don't know whether I want to save, like, there's another piece after this. I think I'll save that for round 3. But there's been a lot of creativity, maybe more so in this season than others. And there's obviously myself, I do stories, and Osmosis Brent is always up for his usual shenanigans. But a lot of the players have kind of gotten in on the storytelling aspect this season. I've absolutely loved it. Stevie Banner in round 2 was going ham on the stories, and I love to see it. So if you didn't watch... Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like some of those, because I've seen also some of the art and things that are being produced. Maybe that might be a great one for round 3 to talk about because
I think so,
really
yeah.
souped up late.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But like more storytelling. If you want to go to Father Throws Best Court for round 2, just have a look because Stevie Barner's got a squadron. Like he's like it's great. Love to see it. So I think that's all the tea from me, possibly.
So
Oh no,
I
no,
have
there's
a little
not. There's
story.
one more, but you go. I'll go after you.
Okay, so in round 1, I eliminated a rookie. I hit a rookie to welcome them to dodgeball,
Sure.
and afterwards, after the round ended and their team beat us, Chrysalis reached out to me, and we started chatting and playing games and just sort of like getting this game going and chatting some more. And so we had mentioned that we both like playing some of the New York Times puzzle games and stuff on BGA. So there's a group of us that from the Star Realms community that sort of does the New York Times puzzle games together. So I was like, hey, why don't you join this group? And we like to compare crossword times and pretend like we have any chance of beating Corey Bear at the crossword.
Who I've heard
on
is
any
quite
day.
the wizard at that.
He's amazing at crossword.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really. There isn't much Corey isn't amazing at, but yeah,
True.
that especially. So also, so there's a few of us. Let's see. Rip is in there. Jay Huns is in there.
Okay, yeah.
And for those old school Star Realms players, Quizmaster,
Oh, yeah.
Erskine Thompson
Uh-huh.
there. Because this man is excellent at puzzle games. So anyway, there's a few of us in there, and we compare every day. So I invited Liz in to join. I added her to the group chat, and so it comes up, and it just says her real name. I said, "Hey, everybody, Liz is here. Be nice." All this stuff, and they were all like, "Oh, hey, nice." I then switch her nickname to Chrysalis, and suddenly Jay Huns is like, "Oh, now I know who you are." And I was like, "She's on your team, dude. Like, you're her captain."
Been in team chat for a couple of weeks at this point.
Yeah, I was like, you drafted you. How do you not know who she is? I was like, you obviously do not appreciate this amazing person.
Oh.
So if you want, I'll trade you one of my team members for her, since you obviously don't appreciate her on your team. Which not only did he not take me up on the offer, he then went and ratted me out in the captain's chat that I was trying to like deal players away.
Oh, what a filthy snitch. Just disgraceful.
I know, such a snitch. So anyway,
we all know
was,
what snitches
that was
get.
mine.
Oh, that's great.
Exactly. So anyway, that was my little story for the week.
I think the other one was Gilles, who is very funny. And in the same vein that you contest that librarians are better than everyone else, Gilles taps, so he's obviously better than many other people. Gilles, in conversation with Stephen Barner, was talking about putting down his fillet knife and grabbing his jockstrap because he knows too well that the mighty D can pack some heat. I presume this was in reference to Stephen Barner posting on behalf of Dion throwing a ball. And so it all got a bit spicy from there. But Gilles has a jockstrap and he's not afraid to use it. Apparently the commissioner coming in...
Not afraid to use it, not afraid to be a eunuch.
Yeah, a jockstrap? You don't have to be a eunuch to use a jockstrap, surely. Jockstraps hold cups. But apparently some hot news coming off the press here, Al. The commissioner's suggesting that he's not against a trade being offered. So, I mean, maybe that can be discussed in the future.
I was gonna say we've never allowed trades before, but if he's on board, I'm down.
Maybe a middle season trade window could open up here. That's what the commissioner seems to be.
We see what it is. Yeah, he's playing Chrysalis this week, and I did notice that he was struggling a bit against her, so he probably just wants to get her out of the way.
He just wants to cheat, I think, is essentially. It has not been going well, says Adam.
What's the point of being a commissioner if you can't bend the rules in your favor?
Just tweak them just a little bit, right? So yeah,
Just tiny.
just a teeny tiny bit. Bending's not breaking. It's fine. So yeah, I think that's all. That's all the tea I can share. I think. But as always, if you've got anything to share, then honestly send it to Al or myself. We'll lap it up we'll gladly take all of your tea. I was about to say something I would regret. This is a family-friendly show, mostly, so we're not going to do that. I don't bend the rules, I just move my hips.
Mostly,
yeah. Adam's getting into hip movements, and I don't want to go there. I will say, though, Al, I think it was Tuesday night, I did introduce my son to Dodgeball the movie. So we spent an evening watching Dodgeball the movie, and he gave it a 10 out of 10, which he upgraded to an 11 because of Chuck Norris. So we were having a blast. He absolutely loves it. So that was a fun time this week. But tea time's over, and it is time, I think, to get into the matches. So on court 1, we've got the Duck Van Dodge show against Catch 54. Where are you? On court 2, we've got I Dream of Dodging versus the Twilight Throne. On my favorite court, we've got... No, this is round 1. Oh my goodness. Al, what is going on here? I know.
You have the wrong deck.
Well, you see, I have the right slide up. I just have the wrong link inserted. So, as before, we were talking about technical... let's call them difficulties, but really this is a mistake. There we go. So without quickly hide the source there. All right, so hopefully this one will be, there you go. See, this is now, I should have noticed when I didn't see Derek, Dakaran, the Derek Weller, is upgrading us all the time, Alan. I noticed that this week, or rather last week, I should, technical difficulties intervening, as always, the Butcher, as always. He's given us some avatars here, Al, and I'm absolutely loving them. I saw yours when he originally posted it in the chat with Adam. I saw yours, and I was like, oh, that's cool, that's Al. And then I saw mine, I was like, is that me in the tub? And
even put little fish on the tub.
And my tub, I'm being honest, it does have those feet. Like, it is a proper old school clawfoot tub. Loving this look. So we've gone to our boxing. Now we can see the table, which wasn't in the last one, obviously. Standings after round 1, we've got the Twilight Throne, Catch 54, Father Throws Best, Green Aces and the Beverly Hillbillies all on 1-0. And then Smash, Ball in the Family, Faulty Throws, Duck Van Dodge, and I Dream of Dodging all taking the L in round 1. So now we get to the actual matchups for round 2L.
Okay.
So just so they don't make mistakes. 100%. We never make mistakes, just happy little accidents. So on round 2, court 1, we've got Smash versus I Dream of Dodging. We're then going to go to the Green Aces versus the Duck Van Dodge show. My favorite court, Al, court 3, Faulty Throwers versus Ball in the Family, a co-host extravaganza, or not, as the case may be. The Twilight Throne versus Father's Throws Best, and then Catch 54, Where Are You? Against the Beverly Hillbillies. Apart from our colossal dust up, any games there that are catching your eye off the bat if you were going into round 2 blind?
I mean, it's always interesting to see what's going on with Catch 54, being that the Green Acers actually just spanked my team in the first round, I'll be interested to see what happens with them as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm personally quite interested in seeing what Father Throws Best are up to, because they were our first round opponents and they were a lot of fun to play against. So we'll see, and obviously our headline match will be quite interesting. But we're gonna start on court one, Smash versus I Dream of Dodging. You can see here, it's a pretty one-sided race turnout here. We've got a 5-2 advantage to 5-ball Smash. Maraudimo, the Jeb, Starmark, Cornatius of Britney, Spears, Gift Fame, and Lex Neville all picking up balls, while Acox and the 9-inch Ninja collect their race balls. So a 5-on-2 advantage, Al. Let's see how this goes. So we're going to start with Astalia, Captain Astalia. See, this is another improvement that Dakaran's given us. We now get to see who the thrower of the ball is. Do you know what? If I needed Dakaran's graphical skills, I would be all over this professionally, because the man is so good, so quick, and he really is digging himself a massive hole here.
Just from one week to the other, the improvements and the feedback have been absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you freeze it again, Mojo? Technical difficulties might as well be the free space on our bingo cards. Oh my goodness, it's not wrong though. Yes, so from one week to the next, Dakaran doing sterling work on this. So Astalia gets us going, eliminating via catch the Jeb. So the Jeb giving away their race ball for free. Baggio 10 is then knocked out by Lex Neville with the next throw, and there's a couple of to and fro's before M. Colo is taken out by Maraudimo. Still looking fairly even there, though. It's 6-5 before Starmark hits Acox. Acox 89, a frequent winner of the Missile Mech Throwing Award, I think, Al, from previous seasons. So always good to rob him of a ball. Ninji then hits Taxachusetts, one of those rookies, not rookies, I think. Kind of a rookie, but secretly a good player that could describe all of the rookies this season, honestly. Like, there's been a very high standard.
We have to stop letting Tatiana recruit rookies, because she recruits really good players.
Really good players.
For some of us veterans who are maybe in the twilight of our careers, we need some worse players to
Oh, that's gonna come back to haunt me as well. But we've then got Maraudimo getting hit by BPB. So the game's starting to swing towards. It was swinging towards Smash, but it's coming back to I Dream of Dodging, maybe. Lex Neville gets your favorite Catchy Missy and mine out of the game with a hit, before BPB strikes again to kind of level things up as he takes out Tough. Cornatius catches and eliminates Ninji. Oh, and I do believe I had... Was it this one? Hang on. I'm just need to check my messages, because this is... Yes, there we go. We're going to have a little bit of extra tea. This is what Cornatius sent to Ninji when he caught him. And we'll just admire the upgrade that Cornatius has been making to his gifts and or Britney picks, because Britney is there holding cards which Cornatius used to absolutely destroy him, which is Spawning Worm and a Hive Queen. Just amazing. So Cornatius absolutely smashing Ninja there, before Clever Missy with a zombie ball hits Lex Neville. Just rewards there for Clever. Cornatius then taking that ball he got off Ninja hits BPB. And then Astalia hits Starmark, and it's a one-on-one. This is rousing stuff. So we've got, by my reckoning, Astalia versus... is it Maraudimo, maybe? No, he's already out. Oh, there we go. It's Cornatius. Of course it is. Hitting Astalia and ending the match, but not before a ball misses at the end. So Astalia, the captain, last one standing, as Cornatius takes home the prize with his Britney pictures and gifts for Smash. So that one, Al, really close game all the way through, like lots of tit for tat and to and fro. So looks like a very exciting game to be a part of. and obviously all that extra spice with with Cornacious's Britney Spears.
I have to say, I noticed in this round he played a game with Tuna Slap and somehow was able to generate a picture of Brittany holding some fish, and I thought that was quite quite delightful.
I'm very much looking forward to Cornacious's antics this season. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But we are going to move on. Oh no, we're not. We've got a court MVP to award. How could I be so silly?
Yeah. Let's see here. Well, I mean, the court MVP is the man we cannot stop talking about. And that's Cornatius.
Yeah, that seems like it slaps hard. Was Cornatius not only? Sorry, you carry on.
He had 2 hits. He had a catch. But here's the amazing thing. He played 16 games that round. He was targeted 11 times.
Wow.
He dodged 5 times. They missed him 5 times, and he caught one of them. So he was just kind of unhittable.
Yeah, I mean, to be thrown out 11 times and not get hit is really cracking.
Yeah.
Because odds are you're gonna get one of those go through, but no, that's an absolutely court-winning performance. Fantastic. Well done, Cornatius. A well-earned MVP. We've lost Al. There he is again. All good.
Am I here again? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we're gonna move.
My
Yeah, no, I think you're good. You're good, and the crowd will tell us if it's otherwise. So
they aren't shy.
They're not saying anything, so I think we're fine. So we're going to move to court 2, and that's the Green Aces, and they're coming up against the Duck Van Dodge Show. So I think there are 2 things about this match that already strike me, Al. One is Chrysalis. Obviously, we've been talking about whether the commissioner will allow a trade for clearly a smart, intelligent player. But also, this is Bad Wolf coming up against, so that's Bobby Mullins coming up against Cyberduck, David Mullins in this game. So we always love family intra-house violence.
We always love dodgeball with just a side helping of domestic violence.
Absolutely, always makes things a little bit more exciting. So. We can see here that this is another kind of very one-sided affair with the races. We've got Wachowanek and Corey Bear 88 winning their races, and all the other balls going to the Green Aces. So Cisco Alvarez, Chrysalis, Bad Wolf, Connor, and Rip are all taking their race balls. So advantage Aces, but what happens next? Well, that's Rip taking 2 people out before anyone else has done anything, Al. 1 man, 2 balls, Lancey Ace and Wachowanek biting the dust. That's a strong opener, not going to lie.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully at this stage, and this is actually, there's 2 things actually I should mention here. So we can't see it from here, but presumably Wachowanek has thrown his ball. Now, as a reminder to everyone, if you haven't thrown your race ball and you get hit with it, that goes to the opposition. You don't get to hand that off. That's one of the downsides of not throwing. So make sure you get your race ball out. And the other thing, while I remember that, is also I think we've noticed in the first couple of 3 weeks here that players new and old alike are not tagging their opponents.
Right.
So
that's the thing. I expect it from rookies, to not know or remember all the time, but I'm seeing a lot of it from some veteran players too. So just a gentle reminder to tag your opponent. It's a courtesy, so they know what's going on and what's coming. And because we don't want to surprise people. We want them to know what the challenges are for, and it also just helps us keep track.
And also, I'm just going to have to grab a cat here because the shiny chrome of my headset is making a light go on the wall, and this little monkey is trying to kill it. So this is Kylo. He is generally not one for being held. Um,
Yeah.
and he will disappear very quickly and then probably try and assault my monitor. So if things go wrong again, it's death by cat.
It's,
But yes,
I feel like that is a very acceptable way to go.
absolutely. So yes, post your ball numbers, post your results when you throw and catch or hit or whatever, and make sure that you're tagging your opponent in a new comment, not responding to the throw. Like help make
Yes.
Adams and Jen's and Al's lives easy by just tagging correctly and making sure that things go in a new post.
And just as a reminder, you only need to tag the person on the throw. You don't need to tag them on the result. They should know the result, but you need to tag them on the throw so they know what the challenge is for. After that, tagging on a result is not necessary.
No, unless you want them to see the ha, or you're going for an extra
Right.
serving of salt. I mean, either way, either is acceptable.
Either way.
Either way. So that
But
being
only
said,
one.
sorry, yeah, but only one of them. So that being said, Rip takes out 2 players with 1 ball. Amazing work. Before Connor rhymes his way to hitting Binkley. I haven't actually been paying attention to Connor's posts as much as I would like this season, but I think he's still up to his old tricks, right? Every single one is a rhyme. Rhyming couplets. Am I right?
I'm not.
I'm sure it probably is.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut out. You cut out again, or I cut out again, and I didn't hear. But yes, if it's Connor, he is the rhyming machine.
The rhyming machine, as always. So this is a very steep line, but it tapers off here for a little while before, delight of delights, Bad Wolf showing no mercy on husband Cyberduck, taking him, the captain, out of the game. And I believe I may have seen a kind of chuckly, cackly post about maybe Bad Wolf enjoying an evening of roast duck there with that one. Possibly a little bit of extra afters there for Bobby as she takes out Dave. But then it only gets worse for Doug Van Dodge as Rip hits DG3, and this is looking like it's only going one way, Alan, and it doesn't seem like we've got much runway left. Corey Bear falling to Connor next on the 15th throw of the game before Cisco Alvarez hits Imam, the last player standing on the Doug Van Dodge show, and the game is won. And it's a clean sweep, Al. Green Aces win without loss. So that's great for their breakers. And it's... is that you or me going again? I don't know. Oh, it's me. I see. I know what's wrong with my internet today. There we go. Apparently I cut out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I thought it was me.
No, I see my internet symbol down at the bottom going off and on, so I apologize for that in advance. Hopefully the recording should be fine, but we'll see. Maybe it's not. But anyway, that's a clean sweep, Al. 7-0, 7 sore bottoms to none. And the Green Aces take that one in handy fashion.
So I would like to point out that on the Green Acers team, 3 players all had a 100% win percentage.
Oh,
Cisco Alvarez, Connor, and Rip did not lose a single game in that match.
Oh, that's disgusting. So I guess that makes the MVP award somewhat challenging, Al?
Sure. I mean, they each put in their fair share of damage. However, Rip did the most damage in that he got 3 hits all on his own.
Yeah. That'll do the job. So Rip is the MVP.
Just so people know his whole stat line, he went 9 for 9 that game. So 9 games, 9 wins. He had 8 throws, which 3 of them connected for hits. Nobody was able to even throw at him, and he also won his race.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's crazy. A ridiculous race line. So, yeah, very well played, Green Aces. They march on to their second victory, so that's going to put them joint top of something. And we're going to move on to Court 3, Al.
Look at this.
This could be dubbed a battle of the co-hosts, but that would drastically misrepresent what happened, I think.
Yeah, we never got to play a game. I kept
No.
waiting.
Well, I thought I would throw at you, and very quickly that choice was taken away from me. So we start off with Dusto, Deckard, and Silent Al getting their race wins, and starting with balls, and then we have Sevenick, Double Dubs, Juan Carlos, and myself winning our race balls. So a pretty even honors race in the all purple or whatever one of these colors is court. And let's see what happens next, Al. Well, it starts off with a couple of throws being kind of not non-connections, and then Juan Carlos hits Dusto to make him the first sore bottom to hit the bench. And then we see my game against PC Load Letter, and I felt very sorry for Jason in some ways because I have a predilection for throwing at captains and not listening to my own captain.
Yes.
So I always enjoy going after the captain, and I kind of smack talked Jason a little bit before like our game played out because I threw at him and I was like, haha, I'm gonna destroy Jason, and then I did horrible things to him with events, and yes, he was gone after that. So then we have Juan again hitting Aldedan before Double Dubs takes Drew the Rat down. And then JP runs funny, catches Goatman and revives Dusto to bring Dusto back onto the field. So JP pulling his weight there on the round one pick, and bringing back Dusto. And Deckard then hits Poop Deck to strike back for ball in the family, and then Dusto catches Double Dubs and revives Jason, PC Load Letter, which obviously only meant one thing, and that meant that we had to get the captain out again. So Double Dubs immediately sits Jason back down. I can only imagine how upset Jason was in chat about this.
I will say Jason has had a very rough season. It's a very young season, and he's had a very rough season so far.
And you know what? Sometimes that can be the case as captain. Like I've often seen captains, like good players, just have very off seasons because you're juggling lots of things and you kind of your mind's not necessarily on purely the game. But it is also quite fun to get captains out, so there's that added extra bullseye on the head for you, right? So anyway, Double Dubs, who's been an absolute joy, by the way, in chat, loving having
Chris.
Double Dubs, and Chris is fantastic. So he's been great, and he hits PC Load Letter, and then Deckard. Oh yes, this was the other thing that amused me about this round. Deckard gets me out. He played well, but I don't think because of this game, but shortly afterwards, he posts in the Dodgeball group his stats, and then am I the greatest player? Oh no, not the Dodgeball group, maybe the Star Rounds group. The Star Rounds group, he posts like, am I the greatest of all time?
Was that Deckard? I thought that
Oh no, it wasn't Deckard, that was Maximus, wasn't it?
That was Maximus.
That was Maximus. Sorry, Deckard, I do apologize. It was Maximus. I'm getting confused. Yeah. We'll get to that eventually. So Deckard hits me. I go to the bench. I was actually planning on throwing at you, Al, but basically Deckard spoiled it for you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Double Dubs, who's apparently on a tear, then hits Dusto to make him sit back down. And then Super Grandma takes you out of the game, wreaking absolute havoc on your team. I think, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think Super Grandma was as surprised as anyone with that result, if I'm being honest.
Listen, I was pretty... Not that I don't think Sandra is a very good player.
Absolutely.
I think she is an extremely underrated player. But I also was not expecting to get hit with that format and where the game was. And then suddenly, it just sort of happened.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Super Tools coming to the defense of Maximus, saying it's a missed in translation thing. 100% it could be, Stephen, but you know that we're just gonna rip on that as a theme because it's funny.
Exactly.
So Super Grandma sits down, Silent Al, and then Sevenit catches Dusto, reviving Poop Deck, and Double Dubs again, and another one for him hitting Deckard, and then JP catches Juan Carlos and eliminates him, and I think we felt that this, I mean, not a mistake, but JP was the last one standing, right?
Yes, he was. There was a lot of debate in my team chat as to what was going to happen here, and there was a vote, and it wasn't unanimous on the result. But Jason is the captain, and Jason made the decision, and that's what we decided.
Okay, so JP catches Juan Carlos, eliminating him when he had the chance to revive a player. And then Double Dubs comes right around the corner and says, "Thank you very much. That was a bad error. You can sit down, JP. Game over."
Yeah.
So the much vaunted co-host on co-host action didn't happen. I kind of, part of me regrets it, and part of me is also happy because I would have been losing to Silent Al, and I would have had to have been magnanimous in defeat. So I'm kind of happy that it didn't happen that way as well.
I don't know, with your hot tub format, I feel like it would have been a coin flip as to who won that game.
Many players feel that way when they play in Club Hot Tub, believe me. And so finally, I forgot, JP had a throw out at Sevenik, and Sevenik caught that and then revived me. So I got to enjoy the victory lap from the court, not the bench. So a good game. I think I don't know what happened that game, Al, but I think we were probably a bit surprised that it went that way. Like, there's lots of good players on your team.
Yeah.
And things just seemed to go well for us. I can't even say anything else. Like, it was just, people kept coming back saying they won a match that they didn't necessarily think they were going to, and it was like, oh wow, this is great.
There were a couple games where I know my team, we felt like we were doing pretty good, and then suddenly we get a message like, "It's not good anymore. I don't know what happened," or they suddenly top deck everything, or just something like, So it was a rough week for us, but it was on to round 3.
On to round 3, and I feel like I know the answer to this question, Al, but who's the court MVP?
Oh, the court. Yeah. So court MVP is coming from your team. It is the man who, I don't think he's back from tucking his kids into bed, so he's going to miss this.
That's
but
right.
It is Double Dubs.
Yeah, his name just kept coming up.
I was going to say, in case you're curious, he played 12 games that round, and he won 10 of them. That's an 83% win percentage. He threw the ball 9 times and connected 5 times with that. Like, he had 5 hits for that round. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, even if those sort of like games that, we were sort of close or feeling good about and, went the other way for us, even if they had gone the other way for us, Double Dubs probably would have just hit us anyway. He was just unconscious.
Yeah, he was on an absolute tear. And do you know what? I knew he'd had a good game. I didn't realize he'd hit 5 people. That's insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah. So congratulations to Double Dubs, the MVP of Court 3, and I feel like the faster we move on, the better. And we are on to Twilight Throne in Court 4 versus Father Note Throws Best. So, talking about one-sided races, good golly, Miss Molly, this is a 7-0. A clean sweep of race wins for Father Throws Best. Morale obviously very high at this stage. So let's see
if it lasts.
Let's see how it goes. So Riska, Riska, we know, had an amazing round 1, and she just starts out like absolutely killing it in round 2, taking the Butcher out. And then we've got a flurry of hits by Maximus, who gets a 3-for-1, hitting G for Fun, Wet Yeti, and Agent Sato. So this, I guess, might possibly have been spurring his jaunt into the main group, asking if he's got a good win percentage, because you're going to be feeling good when you take 3 people out in a row. And that's not just like those, that's one ball after the next ball after the next ball. So he just goes bop, bop, bop. Everybody sits down. Ethel Narwhal then hits Bahamut 619, and I think this is, again, if you're interested in story time, I would point you to this thread and Stevie Barner's interesting stories. I love his take. It's his own flavor and spin on story time at Dodgeball, and I love to see it. So props to him. Finally, Chasmo gets one back for the Twilight Throne as he catches and eliminates Maximus 0917. And Chasmo then goes on to hit the Big D himself, Dion Lunsford. And Jojo hits Risker. So, I mean, it's not quite swung back in their favor, but they've stabilized at this point, right?
I was gonna say it's evening out a little.
Yeah, we're getting there. So we're almost on level terms, but it's still looks to be a 4-on-2 here, I think. Before Mojo catches Risker reviving the Butcher, bringing it back a bit more, and then Super Tools hits Mojo, getting rid of that pesky Jojo squared to make it a bit more as it was before. Super Tools then hits Chasmo, leading by example. Before Mojo, which I assume that's a zombie ball at this stage, he hits Super Tools. And then Tuna Slap catches Chasmo revising Maximus. Reviving, let's get it right. But that's right now, that's a 3-on-1, Al. Not looking good for the Twilight Throne. However, G for Fun hits Ethel Narwhal. The Butcher hits Lux 16. And then Super Tools hits the Butcher to end the game. It's all over. And that looks to be a two advantage there. But we've still got some action left as the Butcher's zombie ball hits Maximus. And Tuna Slap finally catches the Butcher to revive Dion. So it kind of got a bit close there with some of those latent balls. I guess one of those could have ended up in a race-off if things had gone slightly differently. But from halfway through the game, like, it looked like it was going to be an absolute landslide. And they kind of they pulled it back to a much closer game at the end. What was your take on that match, Al?
It was I love the resiliency of the team that, you're down and you don't win a race. You sort of, it's easy to get down really quickly, and then just fighting back and keep going, and it, even though it didn't go your way, like, just not giving up. Great to see.
Yeah, I like the comment from Super Tools there in chat saying that Tough, who's not even involved in this match, was smack talking Super Tools about how his team was going to lose after a start like that. Like, Tough throwing shade from across the courts. So that match, when that happens, is going to be very interesting. And then Mojo apparently went away for 2 hours and his team disappeared. So and he hasn't eaten out since. So yeah, the commissioner confirming that if Tuna gets hit there, then that's a race off.
The fact that it close that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, mental fortitude +1 for the Twilight Throne, backs up against the wall, and they kind of almost managed to claw it back. But let's talk about the MVP for this game, Al. Who have we got?
So this one, it was a little tough because there was. It was really a lot of team effort. However, I think I went with... Who did I go with?
Well, it couldn't have been Lux because I didn't see his name once.
That's true. It was... let me double check the stats here. Oh, of course. It was Tuna Slap. Tuna Slap, I gave it to him. Here's the thing. I will say Super Talls made a really good argument in that he got 3 hits. However, Tuna Slap had 2 really big catches, especially that catch at the end.
Right.
So I gave the edge to Tuna.
The commissioner asking in chat if he even threw his race ball.
Let me double check here. It does, let's see, throws. He did have 1 throw.
Okay.
That was Dog.
Gotcha.
So, yes, I would assume that.
So he did get his ball off unhittable. But yeah, 2 catches, especially in that position, very, very key. And I think Maximus and Super Tools both got 3 hits, but those catches really, really turned that tide there because, well, I mean, we saw how close it was at the end, right?
Right, exactly.
So
If that had
yeah,
catch, then that
yeah,
that would have been it.
that would have been curtains. So congratulations, Tuna Slap, MVP for Court 4, and we're going to move to Court 5. That's Catch 54, Where Are You? Captained by Sir Thestral against CJK Flyers, the Beverly Hit-Billies. And it's a fairly even race lineup. We've got CJK Flyer, Dakaran, and Seabus Ripper winning balls, while Story, Moses Brent, O-Dog, Cranky, Commissioner Cranky, and Sir Thestral, another captain leading by example, all take their race balls. So a good split there, 4-on-3. And it begins by CJK Flyer taking out Storytime Brent. Clearly not a fan of words there, CJK. Just wants it all over. Biggest compliment, thank you. Tuna was clutch. Okay. Oh, I see. Chrysalis is replying to Cranky there about compliments on play.
Yes.
Yeah. So CJK. Yeah, totally.
In the chat.
They've got their thing going on. That's fine. I should not pay as much attention. CJK hitting Osmosis Brent, and then Osmosis Brent Zombie Ball hitting Evan Horizon, while Zim 108 takes out Roland Parr a couple of balls later. And then CJK catches Zim reviving Evan before Dakaran catches O-Dog reviving Roland Parr. So it's a real kind of roundabout of a game here. CJK then gets to hitting Zim. Seabus hits Sturrock, Nadina catches and eliminates Captain Thestral before Dakaran hits O-Dog. We've got Seabus catching and eliminating Bork and Beans, which is always a big game if you can get out Bork, right? Like that, he's a good player. And I'm not sure I've seen an ascent that steep since the ski season at the Olympics. Like that's a big downhill right there. Then Cranky Day catches Nadina reviving Osmosis Brent to maybe stem the tide a little bit. Cranky then hits Roland Parr, catches Seabus and eliminates him before Seabus returns the favor. Always love this. Hitting Cranky Day, a little bit of mutual elimination. Not a bad thing. Cranky then with his zombie ball hits Nadina. Evan catches Cranky reviving Roland Parr. It's swinging all over the place in this game. Evan then catches and eliminates Osmosis Brent to end the round, and Dakaran dodges Osmosis Brent. Oh, we've got a little bit of chat here at the end. We've got Brent Ferrari feeling weird. OB decides he should chuck a ball. May the sting of my ball make you create a special graphic for me. Dakaran clearly obliging there. Have you ever seen Fire at Zero Gravity? You won't need eyes where you're going. So that's, again, you can tell that I didn't read these slides ahead of time because that was a total surprise for me. Dakaran sneaking in a special graphic for Brent at the end of that round as the Beverly Hit-Billies take out Catch 54 with Fire at Zero Gravity, apparently. So, congratulations to them. Al, who's your MVP?
So I would first like to point out that between the two teams, there were 2, 4, 6, 8 catches during that match.
Yeah, there was a lot of plus signs going on. Yeah.
It was a lot of catches. And the thing is, I mean, we had both Evan Horizon and Cranky Day both had 2 catches, but then everyone else seemed to have like 1 catch at least on one team. So it was kind of tough to pare it down, but I eventually went with CJK Flyer because he had 2 hits and a catch, which actually his teammate Seabus Ripper also had 2 hits and a catch. However, CJK Flyer had a win percentage of 100%. He played 4 games and won all 4 of them.
Ooh.
And of those 4 games, 2 of them were throws that connected as a hit. One of them was a throw at him, which was a catch, and one of them was his race. So it was a race and then 3 eliminations. That is a crazy line.
And also, if I'm looking at my stats here, CJK had the biggest catch of the round as well, with a diff of 92, I think it was, on there. So
Yes.
Very, very good round for CJK Flyer, leading as a captain should from the front and just slaughtering. So congratulations to the Beverly Hillbillies. That does bring us to the end of round two. We've got a nice capture of the graphic there, but we've got a round MVP and the newly renamed Money Bags Award, because we're no longer
Yeah.
money balling it, we're money bagsing it in honor of Baggio 10.
Baggio.
Yeah, the interstellar MVP for the Moneyball as it was. So, like all good things, he's earned his name there. It's been renamed to Moneybags, and that's what it is. So, Al, talk us through these decisions. How did you get to land on the eventual winners of these ones for the round?
So part of it, I looked at just just sheer amount of numbers as
Yeah,
far as like eliminations. I give a little more, to catches than hits, but the player that I picked um, had just he had 5 hits. Like that's 5 hits on an 83% win percentage.
yeah,
That was so. As much as I also looked at CJK Flyer because like he was perfect and he had 2 hits and a catch, but five just hits. Like I mean, I went with double dubs. I mean, Dubs
yeah.
played. Let me double check here exactly how many games he played. Yeah, he played 12 games. I mean, that was to stay alive and to do that much damage over 12 games. Excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. And 5 hits is it's not often you see players getting into the 4 and 5 hit territory there, and that just
Right.
it's very difficult to lose a game when you're taking that many heads from just one player.
Right.
So yeah, he was colossal that round. So congratulations to Double Dubs. I'm obviously very biased, but congratulations to my teammate and a cracking player. Now the Moneybags Award, Al. Where's that? Oh,
Oh, yes. I have to say, Cranky also points out Cornatius had a solid resume too. He did. He played a ton of games and was absolutely unhittable. Like he played 16 games. The only reason I went with Double Dubs over Cornatius was Dubs got more eliminations. Cornatius played a lot more games and won a lot more games. He, but he didn't get as many eliminations. But Cornatius also great round.
yeah, yeah. And so the Moneybags Award.
Moneybags Award. I think you're going to be happy about this one too. This one goes to your guy Severnick.
Oh yeah,
He was last round pick. However, he got himself 2 catches this round, which to get 1 catch out of the last round pick is pretty great. But to get 2 of them, excellent.
yeah. Very good, very good. So I mean, between those two players alone, we've got everyone on the opposing team out. 5 hits, 2 catches, done. That's a whole team's worth of performance out of 2 players.
Yeah, that's a whole team. That's my whole team.
We can just, do you know what, the rest of, of faulty throws can just take a back seat now. Like we've found the winning combination apparently. Double Nick for the win. So congratulations to both Double Nick. Congratulations for both those players. Let's take a look at the table though, Al. It looks like we've got 3 teams at the top there with a perfect record. It's Green Aces, Father Throws Best, and the Beverly Hillbillies all tied up at the top. Then we've got I Dream of Dodging, Ball in the Family, and the Duck Van Dodge Show, shoring up the bottom with those 4 teams. Faulty Throwers, Twilight Throne, Smash and Catch 54, Where Are You? Hanging out around in the middle. So, I mean, anything left to play for? And, with 9 rounds, Al, it's really... I think the only team who's ever gone absolutely undefeated was Jelly's team, right? It's the only time anyone's gone XO. Yeah, so keeping that XO record, very, very difficult. And honestly, there's been, I think plenty of teams who've won with an X2. So no one's out of this yet. It's still very early. Teams are gelling. Yeah, mid Thromar. Oh, and Cranky's hoping for a second perfect season. I can't think why he thinks that. Maybe there's a vested interest there,
Nah.
but yeah, everything is absolutely still to play for,
Oh, he's
and you
hoping
know,
for a
it's
two winner,
sorry, he's hoping for a what?
a 2 or 3 loss winner,
Oh,
mostly because his
because that
team
keeps
lost this round.
a 2 or 3 loss winner, and obviously that then keeps the season a bit more exciting because no one's too
That's true.
dominant. And I feel like that's more likely when no one's making crazy draft round one decisions, because then the perceived value of the player base kind of is spread equally. I know Cranky's very big into that kind of Moneyball style valuation thing.
Yes.
Seen him talk about that before, so yeah, no, it's going to be a good season so far from what I can see. Lots of people having a lot of fun, which really is the big thing that we're all here to do. So don't get if you're losing, don't get too stressed. Find the silver linings, enjoy making your posts. If you want to be creative, definitely do that. Don't be afraid to have a little bit of sauce with someone if you've got a good relationship with them. Like that's that's what it's all about, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. I was gonna say dodgeball is way more than wins and losses. It's about having fun. It's about getting to know other players. It's about community. It's about um, just joking around. It's about sort of lifting each other up and helping each other out, and that just the community aspect, which is absolutely great. With that said, also show other players some grace and respect too. The it's easy to forget that other people have lives outside of dodgeball, and so when a player isn't maybe playing fast enough or posting fast enough or things like that, remember we have lives outside of it. So it's all about community and showing each other grace.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes quite difficult to remember, Al. Especially, I think we've got actually a few more Antipodean players this year, but we're working with time zones across the world. People
Yeah,
maybe in the same time zone are working shift patterns. Like it's quite easy for you to be working a diametrically opposed, like waking pattern to your opponent. Sometimes the turns go a bit slowly. That's fine.
yeah.
You'll get there. We'll get there in the end.
I was gonna say,
And
just looking at my team, we have players in Europe going all the way across the US and then into like Australia, New Zealand.
yeah,
So that's just my team.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, sometimes obviously it's nice to get your game done and dusted really quick, but that's not always possible. And I can't speak for anyone else, but I know myself, I've got a really busy month coming up. So at any point in time, if I look like I'm not playing or avoiding playing, I'm genuinely just slammed. So
Yeah.
yeah, so give people grace on that front, and if you know them very well, then you can maybe give them a little tweak of a nose, but try and be nice. We're all here to be nice, predominantly. So I think that's it, Al. I
I
can't think of anything else that we need to do apart from possibly remind people that if they've got any tea at all, then Al or myself will gladly receive your tea. We'll keep it
am
anonymous if
gladly.
you ask us to. If you don't mention anonymity, we might just spill the tea a bit harder and a bit hotter. Um,
Maybe.
but do keep trying to make those posts fun as well, because that just adds to the community kind of vibe and feel.
Also, I have to say thank you again to Dakaran for the new and improved slides. The slides
Oh,
before were great. I think this time they were even better and even easier to follow and read. So I just want to say thank you. And if any of you out there watch this and enjoy the new slides, don't be afraid to reach out to him and sort of thank him also, because I, it's I'm sure he doesn't need to be, listening to us and you know and we're like, well, we want this, and we went from super appreciative to I want this and I want that, like real quick. So
no, and I mean, like from my perspective, I'll give you an example. Like I used to spend hours preparing for a show, and I finished work at 4:30. I walked home. I managed to scarf some dinner down. I sat down in front of the computer at about 10 to 6, and was just able to admittedly with a small technical difficulty, but I was able to sit down and do this, and like, Derek, you've improved my quality of life for doing this show so much.
Yes.
You know, and if I'm being brutally honest, sometimes in the past when the show's kind of tailed off towards the end of a season, it's just because it's so much work, and Derek has alleviated all of that. It's just gone. And so I can never thank him enough. Plus, it looks a bazillion% better than it used to. So not only is the workload much, much lower, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's nicer. By the way, my favorite new thing is, I don't know if anybody noticed while watching, but during the match, if you notice when players get eliminated, their names at the top like grayed out when they got eliminated.
Yeah, so let's just... Yeah. So here we can see on Catch 54, we go boop, and then that last player just disappears. So you can really follow it. Absolutely, it's it's fantastic. Can't thank you enough, Derek. And so please do show your appreciation to him when you're playing against his team. He deserves all the plaudits for his amazing work. And yeah, have a great round 3, everybody, because I believe it's still going for most of us.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I would expect that we should be able to wrap that one up this time next week.
I will be out of town next week visiting some family. I know here in the U.S., it is sort of spring break time, so I think a lot of people are going to be traveling. So we may need to reschedule the time, or if you feel comfortable doing the show without me, you can.
No, I would never do the show without you. It is not the show without you. That's outrageous.
If not, we might either have to figure out another day that works, or possibly punt for a week and then do maybe 2 rounds in one night. I don't know. We can figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, we'll get back to everyone on the timing of round 3. Obviously, it does need to end at some point before we can do that. But yeah, I think it's also is it a long weekend in America? It's a long weekend in Canada, I know. Probably elsewhere. So you never know. I mean, we might be able to on the Monday do something, or who knows? We'll work it out. But yeah, enjoy round 3. Have some great matches, and we'll let the Howdy Do It show theme tune play you out as we let you go. So it's goodbye from me, and it's
good night from me.
And yeah, we'll see you on the courts. Have a great time.
Step right up, the lights are bright. Welcome to Analysis Night. Stats are ready, tape will fly. Let's hear from that silent owl guy. Throws that flew and catches 2. Plays that nobody thought they'd do. Draft night dreams and clutch time throws. We're seeing how the season grows. Did you see that play last night? I caught it clean, it felt so right. But how did he make that call? Easy, I just didn't drop the ball. It's the Howdy Do It show, where the dodgeballs fly and the theories grow. From perfect throws to a money ball catch, we're solving the plays of the latest match show. The Howdy Do It show, every stat and every throw. If you wonder who was the MVP, we've got it right here for you to see. 1 throw high, 1 dodge low, 1 crazy catch that stole the show. Sometimes skill, sometimes luck, sometimes someone just gets stuck. Now Silent Owl, what did you think of that catch percentage? Well, let's just say if catching was fishing, some folks would still be wishing. 30%, that's mighty bold. I've seen scarecrows with better hold. And if dodging counts as strategy too, some players dodge the ball in the queue. Now, be nice. I am being nice. I didn't mention their offense. It's the Howdy Do It show, where the stats and highlights flow. Every throw and every stall gets analyzed right here for all. Yes, the Howdy Do It show, where the dodgeball mysteries grow. If a play makes everyone say, whoa, we'll break it down